So, why is it? What is it about the snake that is such a perfect duality of wisdom and evil? Why does the Hermetic Code of a doctor say to do no harm, but then in order to do that, everyone had to give up their rights 100 times just to get to the part where you got a prescription, and then it's on you to harm yourself? And it's not the doctor's fault. You're the one that signed up. And, well, the doctor's job is to do the harm, to do you more harm in order to repair you. Isn't that ironic? And what are the snakes on the caduceus? The snake has to do with the mind. It's the year of the snake, meaning it's all one thing. There's no division. The great divide says, how much fucking further could you run from yourself? Who's trying to be great? Who's trying to divide? Somebody that's not there? Somebody that's crawling on the ground, or trying to be above the ground and watch everybody else crawl on the ground in order to have power over them? That's weak. To not be genuine, not to be authentic, that's weak, I feel. And projecting, that is one of the greatest and most harmful things in the world, where the mind is unable to see itself and it's pushing something onto somebody else and then not taking responsibility either. But then acting like it's not on either end of that, but that person represents something, and the person that projected is holding on to that feeling and holding on to that person that they projected it onto, but holding on to neither end. And there's where the grudge exists, in the one that's unable. There's Cain, unable. Hey. So this is the year of the mind. It's 25, 2025, 25. That's why. And why comes together. Mind, body, soul. It's all here. Or, boom, it's all gone. We're going. What's a divided exchange? At 25. What's an exchange if it's not divided? But where was the division, if it ever met? There wasn't any. And the division is just held in the grades, meaning those that are separate from reality, holding on to little fragments of reality, but aren't immersed in it, aren't walking with it, aren't carrying the whole thing. All is nothing in being truly in the moment as it is. And, well, there's two brains. One guy talking to another guy up there. There's your two snakes. Or else, you're already on that staff. It's easy for the staff to go, well, you got two snakes swirling around it. Just hold the fucking staff. It's that easy. And everything that doesn't belong bounces right off, or wants to attack to get in, but it gets knocked down by its own snake, coming in single file, swerving, without the file, without the single, without the dual apparent Lee, as is, just coming in truth and equal. where each is in our own pillar of light. We can share among our light, but each has to stand in their own spot. You can't really put anything on anyone else. I mean, anyone could try, but that trying, that trial, this trial by fire, that's what America's all about. That's what the world's all about. Oh yeah, well, I don't like Christianity. I'm gonna be a Muslim. Yeah, that has what fits what I want. That has a point of view for my ego to get on top of, so that I could be against somebody else that's not that. Or I could be with those that work for what I want to push on other people, rather than, well, it's all one thing. Who wants to just be the queen on the chessboard? Just the castle, just the pawn. And who's playing a game also? It's no game. Where's the manipulation coming? Who's trying to get ahead of who? Each has their own head. And it's a mean joke, but the ego, which is the only point that anybody could ever wake up and see their own mind and look him in the eyes, who is Christ. That's why this sacral chakra, that this is the 6. But what's your 6? Your ass. Also tied in through the belly button, the 3rd. Pardon me. And so the snake eating its tail, that's what America's all about. You can have any choice you want, or you can have them all and none, and walk through every building, talk to every person, accept all things as they are in their place, and be growing through it all as you truly are, as something that's separate from everyone else and unique to everyone else. And you didn't have anything without everyone else. And they don't have anything without you either. And so the concept of tiny groups, rather than individuals that are whole collectives in and of themselves with individual voices, is a much greater concept than tiny families and boneless businesses that say that all the employees are part of a family, but we just throw sticks out and we put new ones in. Whatever sticks to make the structure keep growing away from people and towards the stuff that didn't matter, so that we can give money to the people so they can go buy that stuff and get away from themselves. But that is the process of the snake eating its tail, isn't it? Things are not what they seem. And if they are, well, then there's a mirror within that. I myself am like a prism of all the colors, and clear like white light, and black like absence, the abyss, all at the same time. So anyone could take a snapshot of this or that and look at this piece and be like, that means that's what this is. The ego gets trapped on itself. It just it shoots itself right back in the face. And then it has to contend with that. And it holds a grudge against itself, from itself, looking at itself and claiming itself separate from itself and not willing to be an equal. Yeah. When all of us are multidimensional. And there's very little to hide. But everyone's got a story. My favorite thing is sometimes just run into some old lady or some guy in the street, and he's like, just tells a random story. And in that little story, like, oh, just to hear what happened to me? No, tell me. Whatever it is, like, I'll see something else that nobody else can see in it. Like Obi's dad always had the sharpest things that old people have these ways of saying things because of how restricted their spirits were and how there wasn't enough means or modes of expression in the world. And so they got trapped in their soul got trapped inside their mind, apart from their mind. And then it just comes out with these little, a mini comic strip. And they have to do with the awakening journey, but apart from it, that instantly I'm like, ah, there's a diamond right there. Oh my God, you're so smart. And the old guy's eyes just light up like, he can see me. Nobody could ever see me. Oh my God. And what do I do with that? I don't know. But it's an amazing experience that I'm the receiver and they're the one telling the story. And anybody else will be like, whatever, oh, that's clever. I'm going to retell your story, whatever, this and that. And instantly I'm just like, boom, man, I just touched a star. No, the story that came up in mind was, that he told was something about that back when, I don't know, something about, so this guy and his wife, they lived out in a trailer like a mile from town, and the baby got sick, and it was during a blizzard. And the wife was afraid of the baby getting too sick and dying. So she got all panicked and told her husband, here, like the stool in the diaper doesn't look right. I need you to go into town and ask the doctor if this is okay, if our baby's going to survive. So he takes a shitty diaper, right? And he starts walking into town in the blizzard and he dies. That's a weird story, huh? That's what happens to most people when they wake up or on the way back. Don't get trapped in your own mind. And if you do, make sure everyone gets to see it so that everyone else can learn something. Because, well, it's about more content, right? And more content means, well, you can't be doing what everybody else is doing. And if you are, well, at least you got a different face and you'll be using different words. So that's an amazing, innocent expression as it is. That's fearless. It's worth something. And who cares if you had 0 views and 0 likes? Doing it, being, that's powerful. Everyone that's in power hides behind all these signatures and glass and licenses and degrees and other people and what their wife said and their bank account and their income and, those bills and, their distributors and who's supposed to come into work today and this and that. And then who's at the middle of all that? The ego in the absence of ego, all about ego, separate from actually being able to be expressive. And all the expression is all the world going on all around them. And they're missing, holding down the pole with all the money and all saying they got all the problems and they got all the solutions, but they got all the burden, but they can go do whatever they want to do. Ironic, isn't it?